Did you know that there is a secret area in Paris known as the Champ de Mars? It's a large park with an artificial lake and fountains where locals go to have picnics and enjoy the outdoors. And if you're lucky enough to visit the park on a clear night, you can witness something truly magical, a breathtaking view of the city's skyline, including the iconic Eiffel Tower. But there's a twist. You can only access this hidden gem with a special pass. Without it, you'll be turned away at the entrance. However, there's another way to experience the magic of the Champ de Mars without a ticket. All you need to do is find a spot along the Champ de Mars near the Eiffel Tower and wait until sunset. That's when the park officially opens to the public. Of course, everyone can see the Eiffel Tower from the ground, but to truly appreciate its beauty, you need to get up close and personal. That's why I did something crazy. I snuck into the Eiffel Tower to give you an exclusive tour of the most breathtaking places in Paris. So grab your bags and let's go to Paris. The first stop on our tour is the Trocadero Gardens. This is one of the best places to take photos of the Eiffel Tower, because the gardens are on the same level as the tower. Here we took some classic postcard-worthy shots and even pretended to be tourists taking goofy pictures. But to be honest, the best photos were definitely the ones where we weren't trying too hard. But now it's time to head underground and explore the tunnels beneath the Champ de Mars. This is an area that most tourists do know about, and it's definitely off the beaten path. We walked around in the dark tunnels and could unhelp but feel like we were Indiana Jones on a thrilling adventure. It was cool to see how the tunnels were built in the 1800s, and it really gave us a unique perspective on the Eiffel Tower. Just imagine how much dirt had to be dug out to build the foundation for this massive structure. And speaking of foundations, next we headed to the basement of the Eiffel Tower. This is where the workers who built the tower slept. It was fascinating to learn about their living conditions and how they managed to complete such an ambitious project in the 19th century. And although it might look like a spooky, creepy dungeon to you and me, the workers actually thought it was pretty fancy. Back then, having running water and electricity was considered a luxury. So they felt very fortunate to have such comfortable living quarters. Plus, they had a great view of the entire city of Paris from their windows. It was a bit cramped, but they made the best of it and decorated their rooms with furniture and personal touches. They even had a library and a gym to keep them entertained during their breaks. But it was time to move on to the next stop on our tour. We followed the sound of hammers and drills, and soon found ourselves in the workshop where the Eiffel Tower is constantly being maintained and repaired. It's amazing to think that this iconic landmark is over 100 years old, and yet it still stands strong. The workers here have to be some of the bravest people I've ever seen, working on such a tall structure with all that wind and rain. It must take a lot of courage to not be afraid of heights. I couldn't imagine myself doing this job, but these guys make it look easy. And speaking of heights, it was time for us to head even higher up the Eiffel Tower to the second floor. The Champ de Mars was bustling with activity as we made our way through the crowds to the elevator. There were so many families and tourists around, and it felt like a true celebration of Paris and France. Once we reached the top, we were rewarded with a spectacular view of the city. It was definitely worth the effort of sneaking in to experience this hidden gem. As we stood there taking in the amazing views, we could unhelp but feel a sense of accomplishment, knowing that we had discovered a secret part of Paris that most tourists never get to see. The Champ de Mars was truly a hidden gem, and we were so glad we had the chance to explore it. It was time for us to head back down the Eiffel Tower and say goodbye to this amazing place. But before we left, we couldn't resist taking one last look at the stunning view. As we made our way through the crowds, we couldn't help but smile at all the other tourists snapping pictures and enjoying the atmosphere. It was a beautiful day to be in Paris, and we felt so lucky to have experienced the magic of the Eiffel Tower up close and personal. So if you're ever in Paris and looking for a unique adventure, we highly recommend checking out the Champ de Mars. It may require a bit of creativity to get in, but the experience is definitely worth it. Just be sure to come prepared with plenty of snacks and water, especially if you plan to stay a while. And don't forget to bring your camera to capture the stunning views. Thanks for joining us on our adventure. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more exciting content. We have lots of videos coming up that you won't want to miss, so stay tuned and join us on our next adventure. Have you ever been to the Eiffel Tower? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.